What is up, my archfiends of chaos? Welcome to the Coliseum of the Death Battle, a video game death battle where I take two of the similar characters from perspective series and put it in the death battle. Now we got the giant Saiyan, the High Commander of the Saiyan Army, Vegeta's bodyguard, and one of the original Saiyans that worked for Lord Frieza, Nappa, going up against a survivor of the Satsune Hado, also Bison's henchman and strongest fighter in Thailand, and I think it's Thailand, yeah. Thailand, Sagat. So we're going to be taking two and analyzing things. Now, with Nappa from the Dragon Ball Z series, we're going to be talking about the video game, so it's going to be based off of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, we're not going to talk about the power gap thing or the thing that, that decreased people's power. We're going to be talking just only Nappa's base power. I guess it's from the series, but isn't in a way. So we're going to be only taking stuff that Nappa knows from the video games, which is some of the same stuff he knows in the Saiyan Saga, of course, like that. And to actually confirm this, Nappa has a huge power level. Now, I don't really keep up on too much power levels because they go up and down depending on such tactics and tactical strategy. But Nappa will pretty much use his special move Volcanic Blast, which wipes out a whole entire city. Now, Saiyans are very strong, and nothing gets stronger than Vegeta and Nappa, at least in the Saiyan Saga. Because this is before we were introduced to Frieza. So, originally they were one of the strongest characters. Raditz is way weaker than what Nappa is. As a matter of fact, Raditz was just as strong as a Cyberman. And Nappa's the one who planted the Cyberman, so Goku had to get a power boost, which was the Kaioken, in order to actually successfully take out the Saiyan Giant. And being the High Commander of all the Saiyan Army, you have to be pretty strong. And he did. He took out the likes of Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha got owned by a Cyberman, and Krillin. Well, except Krillin's lived. Krillin and Gohan were the only two that lived. Everybody else got, damaged and destroyed by the giant Saiyan. Now, let's get ready to talk about Sagat. Now, Sagat would be at least a level of how Tien is, at least in the Saiyan Saga. Because Street Fighter characters only get as strong as the human characters in Dragon Ball Z. But Dragon Ball Z characters can still defeat Street Fighter characters. But if you had to compare an accurate power level and power scaling of Sagat would have at least the same kind of, he would be at least, because he trains a whole lot. Even after he quit Shadaloo in Street Fighter V, or he just wears the little barbarian thing he has on, he went back to train even after quitting the Shadaloo. So pretty much he'd be as strong as at least Tien, and Ryu would probably be as strong. I don't know, would be like as strong as Goku from the original Dragon Ball, but a teenage Goku from Dragon Ball. So pretty much, yeah. Even though he got beat originally by Ryu thanks to Satsune no Hado, pretty much Sagat spent his whole life training his whole life training to get stronger than Ryu, to get back at for what he's done. Even without the help of Shadowloo, you know, no matter how it's done or where it's done, it's the fact that he kept going with his training. And from what we've seen, it's not only his size, but his ability plus his tiger uppercut and stuff like that. He would be a match for Nappa, at least if Nappa decided not to go all out. But with the power, the same kind of power scaling as TN, Nappa would be easily able to overpower. And we're talking about the TN off the Sand Saga. We're not talking about when he gets stronger, when he's able to push Cell using the Tri-Beam over and over down below. This is the Sand Saga TN we're actually comparing Sagat to, just to give a fair, you know, power level. He would give Nappa for his run of his money, and if Sagat put a lot of power into his tiger uppercut, just like how TN did with the Tri-Beam, he'd be able to break Nappa's armor. Then Nappa would have to take him seriously as an opponent. But, you know, Dragon Ball Z characters are super powerful as they are, you know, no matter what, except for one character. We all know who that is, but pretty much, I think Nappa would still win. Now, I know that's a little short, but I'm going to explain. If Sagat is at the power of TN, no matter how hard Sagat trains, he's still human. Let's just say Sagat got stronger than Ryu, was successfully be able to beat Ryu, and then got on to the next challenge. Yes, he'd get a little stronger, and Nappa would actually get a little bit of a challenge. But here's the thing. Nappa was way too strong. It took Goku knowing Kaioken, which is to double what he already known, and not only that, Nappa has trained on planet Vegeta before it blew up, which was a planet that had a higher gravity than Earth. Even though Sagat spent his whole life training, and with Buddhist training and all that stuff he knows, and all the martial arts he knows, and all the special mystical arts with it, it does not matter. The fact is, Nappa has lived his whole life on a planet that has higher gravity than even King Kai's planet, and that is planet Vegeta. You know, because he was still on planet Vegeta way before Frieza blew it up, and he commanded the Saiyan army, and being the commander, you had to be some strong-ass dude, so pretty much he's been training. And if you've seen it in the Bardock TV special, even though I said I was going to use the Fighter Z, we're going to be using it in this instant, but if you look at the Bardock TV special, Nappa was already big and strong as it is. Now, he wasn't as buff as he was in the Saiyan Saga, but judging by that, Nappa trains probably even, probably at least 50 times more gravity than Sagat would ever do. Now, the only way Sagat could actually have an advantage against Nappa is if Sagat did the same training as Dragon Ball Z characters, such as being in the 100 times gravity, then he may actually have a chance against Nappa, but it's only a small 50% chance. That's why I tell you guys, never take these battles too seriously, because these are for fun, and not only that, some of the characters might not be matched up evenly, and I'm willing to admit that. I'm willing to admit that some of the characters in these video game death battles aren't always matched up. I have gotten things wrong before, and I have apologized before, but I'd still say Nappa would win. And even if Sagat would have trained like the Z Warriors, would have gotten to the gravity chamber, got stronger, Nappa still got his ace card, and that is his volcanic blast. And with the volcanic blast, it wipes out everything. Even though Sagat is a special kind of human being that has his own kind of key usage and power, even with his tiger uppercut, and also one of the reasons why Bison hired Sagat anyway in the first place anyways, because how strong Sagat is in the Street Fighter. Sagat is one of the other strongest Street Fighter characters. Even then, it does not matter, The thing that they got in common is they were both beat by the main protagonists in a humiliating fashion. You know. But nonetheless, even if Sagat was to train like Dragon Ball Z characters, you know, go into the 50 times gravity, 100 times gravity, it makes no difference. Volcanic Blast wipes out everything. Unless you're high level Saiyan, or you're way stronger than Nappa, or you got incredible regenerative abilities, you still would get lost and obliterated by the explosion of Volcanic Blasts. The only reason Vegeta never got caught is because Vegeta was way stronger, and Nappa didn't intend for Vegeta to be the target. He planned the whole city to be the target, except for Vegeta. You know, Vegeta and the space pods they came from. So pretty much, yeah, Nappa would actually have this down. You know, Nappa would actually have this down. And if you count the Fighter Z, where he gets, like, you know, everyone's on the equal level, he was, you know, able to go toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Goku because now everyone's on the equal level, still, he'd still have his base attacks on the Saiyan Saga. So, Nappa would be the winner. And before I actually cut off this video, I want to do some advertising. Go to brandedtees.com and you can make a sports jacket like this, or any shirt you want. This is First Class Soldier Cloud, and Branded Tees is located in Location 1, Kansas City, Missouri. You know, they probably have a website you can go to. You get yourself customization and stuff like that. So go on to that for your sports jackets and stuff like that. And may the crystal be with you.
You know something about Dr. Lucretius's experiments. This is the beginning of Genesis Revelation. This is not only the battle beneath the earth.